So why would we ever want to teach our Western horse to jump? If you show there are certain situations where you could be required to do a jump. So if you show up at a show and that's an obstacle, you need to be prepared. So today we're going to talk about how to prepare you and your horse to work a jump. So if you show any of the versatility ranch horse classes, like ranch trail, a jump up to 2 foot, actually I think it's 25 inches, and a minimum of 14 inches is an optional obstacle. You could be required to jump basically up to 2 feet. If you're watching and you're somebody that shows jumping, you're going to see a lot of similarities here. There'll be a few differences, but a lot of the basics are similar. I have my cross rail set up in the middle. I like to have the cross rail in the middle with the V. It helps to center the horse on the jump, because the horse is going to kind of leak through the low part of the jump, which is in the middle. When I'm first starting a horse jumping, I like to use a V. And then we have a rail at the ground going across ground level. That's not as important when we're working a V, but if we work a vertical, then we need that sight rail on the ground. And then I have a pole on each side. In Versatility Ranch Horse Trail, it says that spacing can be anywhere from 6 feet to 7 feet. In Versatility Ranch Horse Trail, a lope stride, can be anywhere between 6 feet and 7 feet. So for your lope overs, you have that 6.5 basically foot spacing for your lope overs. So I want to set my ground poles up before and after somewhere between that 6 foot and 7 foot spacing. What that's going to do is that's going to help the horse to adjust his stride so that he hits the ground in between the first pole and the second pole, as close to the middle as I can get him to hit the ground there. Go over the X rail, hit the ground in the middle between the X rail and the next pole, and then continue on forward. That helps him adjust his stride. If you show English already, if you show jumping, this is basic stuff for you. No difference, is exactly the same. One thing that is different, when I am jumping in a Western saddle, I have this horn to contend with. So what I'm going to do, when I up into what would be my 2-point, the horn is right here in my stomach. So what you want to do, when the horse goes over the jump, he's going to elevate here, and that horn is going to come in and knock you in the stomach. What you want to do is put your hand on top of the horn when you go in your 2-point, so that the horn doesn't come in and knock you in the stomach. A lower horn would be better with a smaller horn, but if you're showing in like ranch trail, typically you're going to show in some type of working ranch horse, so you can dally off and drag the log and carry a rope and that kind of stuff. So you're typically going to have a pretty decent sized horn, so learning how to work with that horn is a good idea. So when you go in your 2-point, basically 2-point is elevating your body up off the horse's back to free up his back so he can do the jump. You're going to put your hand over that saddle horn. Now, a jumping saddle helps you get your feet under your hips a little bit better than what this saddle does. It's not made for jumping, it's made for ranch work, but you still need to be able to jump in a ranch saddle for working on a ranch. What you're going to do is you're going to get your heels under your hips as best you can to support your body. You don't want to pull yourself forward up on the saddle horn. You want to support your body with your core. You want to get out of the horse's face. I like to put my hand down here to give him a release from the rein when we're going over the jump, so that when we go over it, I'm not bumping in his mouth. I want my feet supporting my body, so when he goes over it, I'm not falling back on his back end. Right now, this cross rail is probably a foot at the most. When you're working your horse getting ready to jump, keep it low. Don't worry about going straight to the 2 foot. The 2 foot, up to 2 foot, is not the issue. The footfall and the spacing. When you get that footfall and that spacing, it don't matter how high that is as far as up to 2 feet. Not a big deal. It's getting the horse's mind trained that he can go over it, and you're going to help him get his footfall in the right place. The main key to getting your horse to understand that it can go over to the jump is for you to teach him to put his feet halfway between the first pole and the second pole, and then halfway between the second pole and the third pole. Once the horse understands where to put his feet, height is a non-issue, up to 2 feet. Of course, if you're showing jumping and you're going higher than that, then yeah, there's more to it. But for what we're doing on this purpose, it's more about the footfall, getting to put his body where he needs to make it over that jump. A kind of bigger strided horse like this horse is, or maybe a shorter strided horse, you might need to get that horse to either lengthen his stride for the footfall to fall out in these spaces, or a bigger strided horse, you might need him to shorten his stride a little bit. Think of your trot and your extended trot. That's what you should be doing, is shortening the stride for your regular trot, extending the trot for your extended trot. That's why it's an extended. You need to know your horse and know at what stride length your horse needs to be to go over these jumps. I know with this horse, he has a tendency, he has a big stride, and he has a tendency to go a little too fast and stride too big to put his feet where he needs to be. But on the other side, he's a little bit lazy, so I'm kind of pushing too. So it's a balance right there. So you're going to end up with something similar with your horse. So let's trot around, and we'll go see what it looks like. So as I'm trotting around, get my horse straight, but get him straight, and then I'm going to go into my 2-point, my hand on top of my horn, hand down, and trot on through. You want your horse to go straight before the jump and straight after the jump. Trot around, we'll do it again. Look at your jump, get your line where you want your horse to be. I'm going to get him straight, then I'm going to go with my 2-point, encourage him to center, go forward. There we go. Your main objective at this point is to get your horse straight to the jump, right into the jump, stay off his back, center him on the jump, and then get out of his face. There we go, good boy. Once you get that footfall, you get that rhythm going, like he's wanting to speed up going over the pole. He's feeling good about his rhythm. Now he does naturally want to go a little faster. I'm not going to discourage that because he is a little bit of a lazy horse. Now I'm going to change this to a vertical. We're somewhere about 18, 20 inches there, something like that. I'll go over here and get a trot going, and then we'll do it again. Remember, there's 2 things you're basically working on here. You're working on your horse, getting him to drop straight to the jump, and your body position. Yeah. So that's a little bit about teaching your ranch horse to jump. Obviously, I'm not a jumper, but if you're going to show versatility ranch horse, ranch trail, but if you're going to show ranch trail, you need to be able to teach your horse to jump a little bit. If you have any questions about getting your balance and getting your seat, I'll put a link to a video up here that has a lot to do about getting your seat and getting your balance. Until next time, thank you for watching.